1903 it started, June the 3rd, 1903, and it was started by a load of businessmen in Bradford who they didn't form a walking club, but they started the race to encourage the Bradfordians to take up the athletic sport of race walking.
Pardon? Well, we used to start down at the bottom of the hill there, near the town hall, on that side road.
So yes. Now we've missed out the first climb now.
That's right now.
That made it easier.
Well, I won't say that. They've still got the rest of the course to tackle. Up to you.
What did you find to be the hardest part?
None of it really. I never found it a difficult course, believe it or not. No.
There's an athletic club at Redcar, and there's also a smaller club at Sheffield. But the Yorkshire Race Walking Club are carrying the banner for race walking in the north. It's a progression of steps so that you don't break contact with the ground. And you've got to have a straight leg. Your rear leg should be straight on every step. The really top Olympic walkers will be doing at 8.5 miles an hour, but a clubman could do 6 to 7. In the 20s and 30s, it was a really top-class sport with people were very, very enthusiastic about it. But nowadays, with the other attractions, you've got your television, people have cars nowadays. But at one time, it was the sport, and at Whitsuntide in Bradford, it was regarded as a feast. Hollins Hill, that's a hard part, and possibly going up to the Dynley Arms from Otley. You've got to be fit. You've got to be fit. You've got to train for it. We got about 30 out today. The record is 300 and odd, which was done in the wartime. It's starting to rain, so we should cool them down. That's right. Yes.
Thousands out to watch it. It was a terrific day out. Every pub, they'd have an extension foot licence, and they'd be all out, they'd be all drinking there outside at tables, and it was a terrific event. Because you get, 300 or 400, over 300 walking. Like, we'd watch it down at Baildon Bridge. Now from Baildon Bridge, the pavements would be dense, 3 or 4 deep, all the way up through Shipley, right up to the branch at the top there, and then thinning out again on the top road, and there would have been done 5 miles then, and then it thin out again as it get in rural areas. Ilkley would be packed, and then on the back roads it would be thinned out again, Otley packed,
I did it a couple of years ago with some training partners that do it, and they asked if I wanted to give it a go. So. I think it was going down the slope down the bridge. Both. I was knackered, so he just kept slowing down. So I thought I'd try and take him, see if I could keep it.
2 hours 7. Come up. 24. 2:7:24. Well done, lads. Ready for something? Congratulations.
Have you ever done a full 50k or?
No, as long as I'm doing a half marathon. This is the longest today.
Right.
That's it.
So what do you think? Is that something you're wanting to have a go at eventually?
50k.
Yeah.
I probably will, but I don't want to.
Because I'd pushed hard going through for the first 14 mile, and I knew I'd worked hard, and so I was concerned about conserving the energy. So it was just after Ilkley, just recuperating and slowing down the pace, recovering, ready to go again and hit the hill. People who do this walk do it because of the area, because going round the track round and round, or a park round and round. And it's good to have these one big loops, and if you can do one of these big loops, the change in scenery takes your mind off the pain. I was amazed when I first came in. I thought, that was dangerous. And now I'm just, I just come up to the thing, stop. They soon put their hands up. and they are very helpful, the car drivers, in that they see you, as long as you've got a white t-shirt and that, and they see your number. I do this because it's less impact on your knee, whereas your runners, all I'd say is that some of the walkers I've seen, when they get older, just get a bit lower back because of the twisting. But the modern thought of walking now doesn't use the twist of lower back, it's using your hips. So you'll see some of these guys come in, and I just don't know where they get the energy from. I keep saying I'm not going to be that old walking this, but I seem to be pushing them now. I'm 43 this year, but I seem to be approaching it. It's weird because the pain, you see, I'm never going to do this again, and the thoughts keep going through your mind, I'm never going to do this again. And every time you get to that spot again, you remember it. But when you come to that point again in the race, you remember that time, and the time before it, and every time you remember those pains. It's totally weird, but it's addictive. I like to technically walk correct, and it is a tough course to walk because especially if you're trying to keep control, and you're going in and you feel it jolt all the way through your body, and you can't go any faster because if you go out of control, making sure there's enough energy for that last hill, because they are tough. One of these races have got character and tradition. These northern races are a dying tradition, and they're superb, and it's all because of risk assessment and safety.
Just merely a narrow fun thing to come up, single file job, cheering and screaming. Lord Mayor, there's always Lord Mayor here, dignitaries, local council. And it was really, to come now and see it, it's sad. It's such a decline, but some of the other things going on in life, I suppose, and that youngsters aren't interested, are they? Teenagers and so forth. But
it was one I wanted to win. I've tried a couple of years, and because I sort of still retired, then I thought, okay, I feel as if I've got some energy, let's have a go.
Usually I used to do 4 hours 30 something, 4 hours 40 something on here. So I've dropped nearly an hour. It is a shame there's not as much competition, but I think that the reason for it is that race walking in the UK went downhill when the running boom came. Numbers dropped, and they've only just started to come up again. They've come up in the short distance races first, so we're seeing bigger fields in them.
I just think these races should be supported more, and for what they are, the tradition of English life.